Early in the morning, storms brewing in southeast Queensland here, and I'm out on this property scouting for wild dogs. The property owner rang me a week ago to say that he'd done a count and he was down to calves. He has some concerns that there could be a group of dogs working them. He's seen a big yellow dog who showed no fear of him. He wants something done about it, so he's asked me to come in and do some trapping. I've done an initial drive of all the tracks. The property's only 200 acres. It's surrounded by urban development. It's being encroached on most sides by housing. In the background there's a major highway and a residential development, a couple of thousand people. Initial thoughts are there are a group of 5 to 7 dogs, a lot of dog prints on the dusty tracks. So I'm out here to locate possibly 4 locations to do multiple sets of 3 to 4 traps and give it a week, 2 weeks, see what I can take off of this property. Nothing I like better than driving along a track, then returning the second day and seeing dog prints on my tyre tracks. Foxes and dogs. I've walked this track in the last 2 days. A good sign that I'm on site, the right spot to set some traps. While driving the tracks I noticed this old carcass here beside this pushed pile of dirt. Looks like a good spot to put in a canine set, so I'm going to be setting 1 trap there. Also, because the dogs are running in a group, I'll probably put a second trap somewhere down this track. Probably tuck it in somewhere on the left side of the track here, and I'll put in a second trap around here. I'm looking for a location on this side track to pick up these dogs as they pass through to the open country down below. The property is predominantly grazing country on the flats with this rough ridge that runs through it with a series of tracks that cut across. So this channels the dogs through the tracks. I'm looking at the moment, this area here looks quite a good spot. I've got some fallen timber and some natural features tussocks where I can tuck some traps in. So I'll probably put in 2 sets in this general area because the dogs are travelling in group. Try and pick up a double. The second location that I've decided to set traps at is this clearing as the track comes out into the open paddock. I can already see on the tracks there's fox activity here, the occasional dog print. So what I'm looking for is natural features where I can tuck a trap in without being too obvious. I know there's a group of dogs here, so I'll probably look to put 4 traps in this area. The end of this log will be 1. It's on the southerly aspect. The wind direction comes from that side, blows across the track. So that will be where I'll put 1 in. "20 metres down we've got another log that projects out onto the track. That looks like a great place for a scent post for me. So I'll be putting a second trap there. We've got some pushed dirt here from the earthworks when they give the tracks a clear. That white bone just left on the top of it is a good feature for putting a bit of lure on for a dog. I think this will be a spot where I'll put in a 3rd set. And I'll utilise that skull, which is here from some previous beast that's died. I'll tuck in a 4th there. So I'll basically have 4 sets within 50 metres of each other. Hopefully if the dogs come through as a group, I pick up the first one, I'll be able to catch another 1 or 2. I'm on the northern end of this property now. I've chosen this location here as my 4th spot that I'm going to set traps. I selected it because I've got a well-worn vehicle track, cuts to the boundary. The wind direction is from the southeast, so the lures will blow across the track. I've got an open space and some dams down to my left, some cattle grazing down that way. The calves tend to be up in this end of the paddock, so a lot of dog activity along this track in the last day or so. And I'm going to be trapping here predominantly because I trap on the sign, but I'm looking for a few natural features here as to where to put my sets. I look across to here and I see these 2 termite nests with a walk through the middle. Just something that sticks out to me, that great place to set a trap in between, punch a hole on each side, put a little bit of wool in, bit of Euro on one side, a gland lure on the other, see what happens. Just walking along. Again, because there's a number of dogs in this group, I want to set multiple traps in an area. Got another log here that's jutting out onto the track. Looks very obvious place to me to do a scent post, so I'll be putting a trap in there. And where the graders pushed the dirt up off of the track and created a little sandy edge, that log just again to me says a good canine set. So I'll be putting another trap in around that termite mound and that log with a bit of homemade bait, see what happens. But the whole area's got a lot of dog prints. I know there's a group of at least 5 dogs working this area, so it's just a matter of putting the sets in and waiting and being patient.